Even though fall temperatures are starting to take hold, it's still ice cream season for true lovers of it. Patrick Murphy visited an ice cream shop on Cherokee where the products reflect the neighborhood and its creative spirit.
I went to art school. My parents, I would consider foodies, very much into cooking, very much into different foods. Every year my dad would make ice cream in the summer, so I've always been into food. And I've been a tattoo artist for the past 17, 18 years, and as I've gotten older, I've been more interested in playing with food. So a few years ago, I got hit by a car and broke my back, and friends helped me out, and as thank you presents, since I couldn't work, I made them cakes, ice cream cakes. And then I started cutting them into different shapes. I started adding more ice cream and sculpting, and then they've just kind of evolved from there. Because if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it well and fun and interesting. And I think of flavors as colors, so I try and come up with different unique combinations that play off of each other, that complement each other. So yeah, like we do an orange habanero chocolate ice cream. I do a cinnamon honey roasted garlic ice cream. We do a black and tan, which is a chocolate Guinness marbled with a brown butter malted Bass Ale ice cream. I like putting beer in ice cream. We did a really good lavender white chocolate with a lemon swirl. So any kind of non-traditional flavor, if I can figure out a way to incorporate it into ice cream, I try. And other things, I think it's kind of like a problem to solve. Like if you give me an ingredient like garlic, well, how can I make garlic taste good in an ice cream? I don't just want to make a garlic ice cream, but what can I do with the garlic that, you know, maybe you see it in a savory dish, and maybe if you just tweak it a little bit and add something else besides the sugar to make it into a sweet dish, it works also, like the cinnamon and the honey with the garlic. You know, an artist uses a physical palate, and a chef would use the palate on your tongue, and in the same way, if you're combining and mixing and layering colors, you're doing the same thing with tastes, with flavors. And so I've always thought that art, or that food was, you know, more closely related to art. I mean, definitely science too, and that's also a draw for me too. I do like the scientific part of it, also the experimenting. And but not only do I use the tastes and the flavors to make art, but then the finished product I sculpt and mold like clay into sculptures, art pieces. Been here for 2 years. Prior to this, I was just making the cakes out of my kitchen. I knew that they were not going to go anywhere out of my kitchen, that if I was going to grow, I needed a storefront. And I just been hearing so much about everything that's been going on down in Cherokee Street, all the different galleries going in, the sense of community, the art community down here, and affordable rent, and the whole kind of do-it-yourself attitude and do-it-yourself kind of community. And I figured this is the place to be, the place I want to be. I wanted my store or my shop to look like ice cream. I wanted it to be playful. I wanted it to be kind of like a playground for adults. I wanted this place to be where adults could come to, you know, be a child again, or where kids could come and run around, because that's what they usually do.
I'm gonna do.
Another thing I do is cakes. They're built on with the ice cream, which behaves a lot like clay. And then I cover them in white chocolate ganache with, you know, food coloring and paint on there with that, so that the ganache kind of forms like a magic shell over the ice cream, keeps it all in shape, and even as the ice cream melts, the ganache will kind of hold its form. And then the details are made with candy clay. Typically a customer will give me an idea of what they want, and if it's something specific like a family pet, like cats and dogs, I usually ask for a picture so that I can put in a couple little discerning marks that, you know, you can tell that that's their cat or their dog. It's a back and forth dialogue with the customer as to what they possibly have in mind. The more of a three-dimensional image I can make, though, the better. I think that this medium lends itself better to something that I can build and form than something like logos. Like if somebody just wants something flat on top of the cake, that's not really using the full potential of this medium. I like doing the zombies too because I think it's just so funny that the brains taste like cherries, because we put a little cherry flavoring in our candy clay. So it's cherry flavored brains, and the blood is white chocolate, so it's delicious. So even though it's kind of creepy and scary, it's delicious. We also have doggy ice cream. We've got ice cream for everybody in the family. Oh my God. Ice cream. It's yogurt, egg, sweet potato, peanut butter, bacon, and salmon oil, so it's good for them. It's no sugar and no cream. All right, sir, how would you like your peanut butter and chocolate ice cream? I tell people that, in one job I draw on people, and in my other job I play with my food. So it's just anything that I get to play with. So just the fact that it's always different, I get to be creative, I get to play, I get to experiment, that's what gets me out of bed.